Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ben, and this is the Rock Stock Nano Pedal Tuner. Let's get into it. So if there's two things I can tell you about any guitar player, is that they want as many pedals as possible on their pedal board, but they want a pedal board that's not so big that it's unwieldy to take around. So that's why when I saw this thing on Amazon.com, I was like, I gotta check that out. It's pretty tiny. Now this thing did cost me 60 bucks, which is not cheap, but if it actually functions really well, then maybe it's worth it. Or maybe if space is definitely a premium on your board, then this is something you might want to consider as well. Now check out the size of this thing. This is the Nano pedal, and this is the Earthquaker Devices, the Warden, which is what I would say is probably the average size of like your normal Boss pedal. The Warden is like 6 times the size of this pedal, which is pretty insane. Now the construction on this thing does seem pretty durable. It's all metal. The button itself is metal. That's the only area that I have concern of, is the actual display for the tuning is in the actual button function, which could get a little dangerous. But other than that, it's a pretty simple tuner pedal with not much extra functionality other than changing your reference pitch, which I kind of like the simplicity of that. What's neat is in the box, it already comes with 2 pieces of dual lock that perfectly match the size of the actual pedal there. You can see that's pretty neat. And inside the box, it comes with paper instructions, which I know saving the environment's a great thing. I'm all for it, but I still actually like my instructions on paper. I just find that I actually reference them instead of having my phone, which shuts off every 5 seconds and yada, yada, yada. You darn kids. You've got an input, you've got an output, and you've got your DC input. And that's it, really. So let's plug it in and see what it's all about. This pedal functions just like any other pedal in the sense that you stomp it, turns it on. It mutes the outgoing signal so the rest of the world doesn't have to hear you tuning up your guitar. Stomp it, turn it off. So now let's see how the tuning feature works. I'm going to take my SG here and I'm just going to randomly detune the top E string, and I'll just randomly detune a couple strings here. So let's start with the top E string here. Oh yeah, that's low. Now what is neat is you can see the reference lights here. When it's spinning clockwise, that means you need to tune up. When it's spinning counterclockwise, that means you need to tune down. Let's see how that worked out. And one of the things that is nice is that this is just a tuner, which is all it needs to be, really. There's only one feature, and that's the ability to change your reference pitch. And I'll admit, I've never actually had to do that in my guitar playing life, but for those of you that might need it, it's nice to know that you have that feature. To change the reference pitch, you would activate the tuning mode. Then once you're in the tuning mode, you double press twice, and then you're in the pitch reference mode. And then you have to move pretty quick, because if you don't do anything for 2 or 3 seconds, it goes back to the tuning mode. Now normally we reference everything to 440, but you actually can select between 430 and 449. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double press to activate the pitch reference mode. And you have 2 or 3 seconds to click the button again, which will raise your reference pitch up by 1 hertz. And it'll go all the way up to 449, then it'll cycle back down to 430, and then raise from there. Let's pick a reference that we want to do. Let's say 438. So I'm going to double press it to get to pitch reference, and I got to go 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see it's at 444, 445, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When I say 438, pause for a couple seconds, and now we're back in tuning mode, and our reference is 438. Now, I don't actually want to reference everything to 438, so let's go back to 440. Double press, then 1, 2, 440, you can see there. So there you have it, guys. That was my quick review of the Rock Stock Nano Pedal Tuner. It seems pretty cool, seems pretty durable to me. If you want to check it out, I'll put a link in the description below. All right, guys, thank you for checking out this video. I will talk to you next time.